Hey guys, my name's Jonathan Reich. I'm a licensed CPA in the state of Louisiana, and today I want to talk to y'all about something that is pretty exciting. If you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about getting a mortgage, and you're like, well, where the heck do I go to get one of those? As a CPA, I deal with all things finance. Usually it's business related, but sometimes I get to dabble with personal finance, especially around tax time. And some people say, well, maybe I'll take my tax refund. It's the last little bit of money I need to get the down payment together for a house or something like that. Need to start looking at mortgages and how to go about buying a house. So the focus of today's video is like the key factors that go into evaluating a mortgage. We want to talk about things like interest rate, APR, origination fees, closing costs, different types of loans. Like there's a lot that can really go into it. You want to take into account the lender transparency on rate assumptions, timeline to close. Typically, at the fastest, it's 4 weeks, and that's if you've got everything together in a file. So it can be really, really overwhelming. And so it's really good to have a tool to just say, hey, I've aggregated all of these mortgage lenders. Here they are. And I'm not necessarily going to focus on the tools too much today, but I've got two here. I've got one of the bigger name brands, NerdWallet, and then I've got another one that I like called Best Money. And all these sites do the same thing. They're all pretty much aggregators. And so what they are is they say, hey, we have all these listings here available for us to show to you. You input a little bit of information about yourself, and then we'll pull everything together and show you this is probably what makes sense. So we can go here into NerdWallet. Let's see, buying a home and compare mortgage lenders. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I'm in the correct spot. Let's walk through some of these on Best Money. So I'm just going to put in some fictitious information here. So I'm looking to get a mortgage loan. You can see here, I'm going to tell it I want to purchase. What's my credit score? What's my loan amount? Dude, they even make houses that cost this amount anymore. $100,000 to $250,000. Man, what a terrible thing to say. I want to purchase it. And so Best Money is going to say, okay, here's some of the lenders that we work with. Now, keep in mind, guys, these are aggregators. They make money whenever they recommend a mortgage processor to you. And then you input your information. If you came from Best Money's site, Best Money gets a small commission on it, and that's how they make their money. It's the same thing for NerdWallet, Bankrate, Lending Tree, JG Wentworth. All of these aggregators do that. So let's see, NerdWallet. I'm clicking on I'm purchasing. It's a single family home, and this is how all of these are going to go. And I'll show you this on Best Money in a second. How do I plan to use it? I'm going to live in it. Where will the property be? Arizona today. How much? Okay, 400,000. That's probably pretty close. I've got 5% down because I'm a normal person that doesn't have $100,000 in my bank account. This will be my first home. I'm looking at making offers. I don't want to work with an agent. I've got good credit. What's my employment status? I work. I'm currently renting. What's my estimated income? Am I a vet? What's my birthday? Like, guys, they're gonna ask you every question that you can think of, so they can present you with the best offers. Now, be aware, doing stuff like this. Let's see if I can get 123 Main Street, and I have to use some fictitious information. I've got a lot of stuff out there if you guys want to Google me, but I want to make sure that people aren't coming to my house. Of course, what's my first and last name? Jonathan Reich. Phone number. Okay. So this is where I'm going to stop the application. And the reason is as soon as you put your phone number in, you have to be careful right here. I provide my express written consent to receive calls and text messages. What will happen is as soon as you hit enter and you put your phone number in there, your phone will not stop ringing. You're going to have tons and tons and tons of mortgage brokers calling you. So I want to be transparent. You guys should be weary of that. I mean, I've had it to where my cell phone, I couldn't use it for weeks almost. I mean, it could be 30 calls a day. So be weary of that unless you're actually getting ready to pull the trigger and you're interested in shopping different mortgage lenders. Just be careful. So I'm gonna close out NerdWallet. I just want to show you guys some of the questions that you need to answer. Let's talk about some of these other items so that you need to be on the lookout for. Interest rates, APR. You can see here that it's going to give you a little bit of information. Low rates, a lot of these are going to claim low rates. So let's click on Rocket Mortgage. It's going to ask a lot of those questions again. Let's see, loading. But the difference is you're being pushed from Best Money to Rocket Mortgage. And so when you answer those questions, and I'm going to go through them again, when you answer those questions, it's not going to be a blast out from NerdWallet to all of their aggregators, to all of these institutions. This information is going just to Rocket Mortgage, and so you're not going to get a ton of spam this way. I'm still not going to put my phone number and email address in there, but the amount of spam that you're going to get is going to be greatly reduced. So let's see, let's customize loan option. Select all that apply. I need a loan. None of these really apply. So what's the property type? I want to live in my own house. It's a primary residence. I'm just looking around. Let's see. I'm not working with a real estate agent. I do like how they show how many questions you have left here. Purchase price. Let's say it's $400,000. And let's say I got $40,000 down. I lied. I do have money for this profile application. My credit profile is looking pretty good. I'm employed. Let's see, number of late is none. Have not missed a payment. No foreclosures. No bankruptcies. What's my name? You guys know my name. I'm out there. Okay, so once again, this isn't going to be blasted out, but as soon as you put your phone number in, you're going to you will get marketing calls from Rocket Mortgage. So now that we've kind of walked through that process, I've differentiated the difference between using like Best Money as opposed to NerdWallet. Best Money is going to narrow you in and say, we're going to send your information out to the people that you want it sent to, which I do like. I like that a lot. Same for AmeriSave. They're a big mortgage broker. Quicken Loans. Let's see. Those are the largest players that I'm familiar with. So you're not going to get as much spam. Now, what do you need to be on the lookout for whenever you're walking through this? Because buying a house it's a lot of paperwork. It's already confusing. You've got realtor fees, you've got closing costs, you've got underwriting costs, you've got bank fees. Like, it seems like buying a house is almost a scam, right? I bought a couple of them in my short life, and I have really found a way to cut through the weeds. I try not to use real estate agents. You can save money there. Obviously, you're going to want to me, in America, this does not necessarily apply in Canada. You want a fixed rate. In Canada, I believe they have floating rates that refinance every 5 years. So keep that in mind. In America, you're going to get a fixed rate. It'll either be 15, 20, or 30 years in most cases. And right now, I believe rates are hovering right at around 6% as of March 2026. So you want to make sure that when you are cross-shopping between Rocket and AmeriSave and anything that may be on any of these aggregator sites, you want to see what their APR is. Then you've got something to where you can pull down your rate by buying points, essentially. That basically says, hey, if you give us $10,000 up front, we'll knock off 0.5% of your interest rate. And that makes sense if you're going to stay in the house for a long time. You're going to pay it out over those 20 or 30 years. But there's cost calculations, and there are calculators out there that can help you determine if buying points makes sense. Some of the other things you need to watch out for: loan origination fees. Some banks charge them, others don't. Some banks just charge a doc fee. Some banks roll that into the closing cost. So basically, a loan origination fee is, all right, if I'm giving you a loan for $300,000 for your mortgage, and my loan origination fee is 1%, you owe me $3,000. That is usually part of closing costs. Then there's also different loan types. You've got FHA loans, which are basically for first-time home buyers. They're those typical 30-year fixed. They're going to be things that you have to qualify for. Typically, it's a lower down payment. It's for first-time home buyers. You've also got VA loans, which can have advantageous rates, lower origination costs, better terms. Then you've got the traditional loans, which I feel like is what most people end up getting when they don't fall into one of those two categories of FHA or VA. And those traditional loans are going to be things that typically you have to come with 10 to 20% down. So like if you're buying a $500,000 house, you got to show up with $100,000 or the bank's not going to underwrite it. Like that's a lot of money. And so you can see why some of these different loan types can be advantageous if you qualify for them. And a lot of these big players here, they're going to be able to offer you those FHA loans or those VA loans. Like Veterans United, come on guys, I'd be really surprised if they weren't able to help you get a VA loan. So cross shop, check with the different mortgage lenders. If you're looking at this, you're probably really excited to buy a house. Temper your expectations, slow down. They're gonna ask you for things that you didn't even know you needed, that you didn't know you had. Tax returns, pay stubs, what's your wife doing, what kind of cars do you drive, what's your debt to income, what's your recurring bills, how much are you making, do you have a side job, are you driving for Uber? Like, I mean, just things that they'll say, hey, I saw you took out a loan 3 years ago, what was that for? Well, it was a personal loan, I forgot, maybe I took a vacation or I wanted to pay down some debt. Like, you're gonna undergo such a thorough underwriting process. Like the best advice I can give you when you're shopping using one of these aggregators, no matter who you use, whether it be Rocket Mortgage, Amerisafe, is temper your expectations. Slow your roll, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. Do your research, do your homework, see if you can get by without a realtor, talk to family and friends who have bought a house. Like, this is a process. And having all these lenders in a single view definitely helps, but you still have a ton of homework to do, a ton of paperwork to do. You know, you saw whenever I was filling out the application for Rocket Mortgage a second ago, I mean, those are just the questions that are like yes, no questions. They did not ask me to go to my employer's HR department and get my prior 2 or 3 years of W-2s or my 1099s. They did not ask me for a profit and loss. They did not ask me for a balance sheet. They did not ask me for bank statements. They did not ask me for this. They did not ask me for that. Having everything in one place to shop with helps, but be prepared to just undergo that entire process. And so using a platform like NerdWallet or Best Money, be wary of the spam calls then. Certainly helps, but it's up to you to actually do that homework and make sure that you're not going to pay too much in interest, if you need to buy down points, what type of loan you're going to get. You know, so it's good to have a tool that can help simplify it. I think this is a good first step, but that's what it is it's the first step. You still need to go and talk to these mortgage brokers and see what makes sense. So anyway, guys, I know this was overwhelming. It's probably a damper, especially if you're really excited to go get a mortgage, if you're really excited to potentially buy your first house, you're moving in, things are starting to get stable, you've got a good job, congratulations. Let me be the wet blanket. Let me rain on that parade a little bit. Start by looking at the different mortgage providers, and then from there, really start doing your homework. Talk to your real estate agent. See if you can fire your real estate agent if you want to save some money. Talk about the different loan types. Talk to family and friends. Get your paperwork together, and get ready for one of the most arduous things you can do as an adult. So, all right, guys. Hope you learned something. I'm on to the next video. Hope to see y'all there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.